Hey, and welcome to Cooking with Krissy. Today, in an effort to teach you how to make some cozy comfort foods, I am going to teach you the ultimate quintessential comfort food, which is chicken noodle soup. But basically, it's just shoving a bunch of stuff in a pot, covering it with water, and letting it boil. So let me go over the ingredients we're going to put in the pot today. 4 pounds of chicken, 3 pieces of celery, 3 carrots? Yeah, 3 carrots, some salt, some pepper, some bay leaves, and some onion. You need a giant stock pot. I normally do 1 whole chicken. Yeah, chicken in a pot. In addition, I normally get whatever chicken pieces are the cheapest in the supermarket. It happened to be drumsticks, and I have an additional pound of those. Now we're gonna go wash our hand because we just touched raw meat, and that is disgusting. Next up, we have our 3 pieces of celery that we are going to cut the tops and bottoms off of and then shove in the pot. Okay, nice and simple on the celery. We're gonna cut off the bottom, we are gonna cut off the top, and we are gonna cut that guy in half, and it's all ready. Celery is now in the pot. We're going to take 2 onions. We are going to cut the back off of the onion, the other back off of the onion, and we are simply going to cut the onion in half. Now there's 2 mixed schools about whether or not you take off the skin of the onion. I do it just because it makes draining it a little less messy. I have 3 carrots. We are going to cut off the top of the carrot, cut off the bottom of the carrot, and cut the carrot in half. You don't have to skin them as long as you wash them first. Now in here we have the base to our soup. We have our onions, our carrots, our celery, and our chicken. Bay leaves. You want to put in 2 bay leaves and make sure that you take them out before you serve the soup. A good deal of salt and some pepper. Now the last thing we're going to do is fill it up to the top with water. We have our nice beautiful pot of soup, and right now I am just going to cover everything in water. We're almost there. We're almost there. And scene. You have successfully filled up your pot with water, and now it is sitting on the stove on high heat, and we're going to let it stay up here until it starts to boil. Figure like 15, 20, 25 minutes. So you're just going to hang out, give it a stir every once in a while, and then as soon as it starts boiling, we are going to lower it to a simmer. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We have achieved boil. You can see that from the boiling bubbles. So what we're going to do is give everything a good mix around. Light yourself on fire a little bit, and then we are going to turn the stove down to a simmer. You want it so you still see like a sporadic bubble popping up every once in a while, but that it's not having that rolling boil. And then we're actually just going to cover this with a lid. We are going to let it just ruminate and soak and boil and get all those delicious flavors out of everything. And that should take about an hour and a half. Welcome back after our hour and a half absence. I hope you guys missed me as much as I missed you. And now we are going to do the trickiest part of making this soup, which is separating the broth from everything inside of the broth. Inside this beautiful steamy pot, we've got all of our cooked chicken and our veggies. And we're gonna start removing the giant pieces with a tong. So we're just gonna grab all of the meat out and all of the veggies out that we can with tongs, like all of those giant chunks, we're just gonna put into a big bowl. Now that we've gotten the majority of the big bulky pieces out of our soup, what I'm gonna do is pour the soup through a strainer and into a bowl so that we get nice clear broth. Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. You wanna go nice and slowly. Look at all of that delicious broth. So now we have everything we need to make a really yummy bowl of soup. We have our homemade chicken broth. I tossed up a couple of noodles while you're gone. All you want to do is take some thin egg noodles, put them in some boiling water until they're cooked through like 5 minutes. And in our other bowls, I've got our chicken pieces, our carrots, our celery, our onions. So you can put whatever amalgamation of these ingredients into a bowl to make your perfect bowl of soup. The last thing I want you guys to be aware of before we make that glorious bowl of soup is the layer of fat that's going to be on top of this. Take a spoon go through and just skim it off. And it actually can be even easier if you have the time to put the soup in the fridge and let it congeal so it gets to like that jelly-like texture, and the fat will float to the top, and you can tell the difference. It's like a different color, and at that point you can just scrape it right off. So let's put together our bowl of soup and call it a day. Creative Soup Making 101. I am gonna put in a scoop of noodles, a couple of pieces of nice chicken, a celery, my favorite part, the soup carrots, some of this really beautiful golden broth. I hope you enjoy this amazing bowl of soup and that it heals whatever feels bad. Have a great day and hang tough.